Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and tonight I will be trash. Welcome back to Yoshi's Crafted World. Let's get rid of some moles. It's a gimmick level, yeah. Now watch me stuff an entire corvid down my throat when it turns out that actually this isn't a gimmick level at all, but you can clearly tell it is. Wow, I never would have guessed that that was the objective.
So yeah, we got a level where we need to just go and kill a bunch of friends. That's all there is to it, really.
Bonk. I'd hoped to eat you so that I can make egg, but alas, I've stomped one and eaten others. And, oh. Okay, that happens, and they do cause damage. They unfurl the floor, but then so do you, so all's fair in love and houses. And remember, we have an objective number score of moles to aim for, so keep an eye out for those. Now, yes, okay. I wanted to be double certain there. When they fall into a pit, that also, 1 coin, that does also count as them ceasing to exist. You're hiding inside a pepper. Well, I don't know if it is a pepper, it looks a bit peppery, you know. Now, apparently there's this American dish that they call pepper poppers. I don't know what those are supposed to be, because when I hear the phrase, all I think of is this. And yes, I took the time to deliberately make a GIF to specifically call out the ridiculosity of the phrase pepper poppers. Hoi! And hey, who knows, if I'm good, maybe we'll find out what the colored eggs do. But I bet we won't, because I'm me. Self-effacing humor. You're dead in a hole. You're a sunflower, you're fine, you can live, you can die. I'm gonna come down here and throw this at that, and then you up there? Yeah. I can do level things. Sparkles mean I can do things. Did you know? Fun fact, did you know I'm secretly Barbie? I'm not even gonna sing the song, I just am. It's a little known secret. No, I'm trying to hit that in the background. They ate my trash. I'm trying to hit the gift. Oh, beads. Oh, come on, I was aiming at that. I have an audience of lovely people who can attest to the fact that I was aiming, and you were like, no. And now that means I'm probably not going to get the best possible score in the universe, simply because the game was like, no, go and eat a leg of ham. Does ham come in legs? I would assume, maybe, like most creatures do have them. Some mothers do have them, leg edition. And you don't get to be calm now. I was pressing the button. So it turns out that sometimes you don't. No, but like, apparently, there's such a thing as pressing the throw egg button too soon. I bet there's like a secret cloud in there somehow, like inside the pepper upon which I currently stand. I don't trust you holding the kern. Sure enough, diggledy-ho. It would be useful if there was some other way of, like, definitively saying, actually, I want to throw into the background, because so far, the game has to rely on context clues where you're like, hey, ho, and a bottle of turnips. I put turnips in bottles now as well, it's just what I do. And you back there, and you, and the same you that was you previously. Excuse me. Hey, I'm walking here. But, yeah, the only way of, like, throwing an egg into the background is if there's something in the background for you to hit with your egg. And sometimes I would like to aim and the game doesn't allow me. And, yep, sure enough, I'm missing 2 red coins because I knew where they were and the game wouldn't let me have them, and I'm being a salty floof. And I'm going to have a sip of the cup of tea I've got waiting for me on my left. Oh, Tangerine Yoshi, when was the last time you were this naked? It was episode 1, I think. But hey, we did that at least. Got all the flowers, and I'm going to take that sip of tea. Beverage. Oh, excuse me. All of these? All of them. No? I won't do that again just because I'm offended. Oh, by the way, I probably shouldn't cut because, hey, we're opening more levels. But no, I'm going to put on another costume, I'm going to go back in there, and I'm going to have a fantastic time. And the main reason why I didn't get the health situation is because I was careless, I know, so I'll speed up and you'll see my plans. Bear with. There we go. I'm just rather paranoid about standing on these standing still on these for too long. That's how you sentence Tess. That's how you sentence Tess to an execution, oh no. Anyway, back to speed up, except I'm still missing a red kern somewhere. And there's the last red coin, which I, by all rights, should have, but for whatever reason the game was like, nah, you scrolled off screen, so go and shake a foot. Shake a foot. That's what we do nowadays. We don't like folks around these parts who can't shake a foot or two. And we have all of the normal kern and the red kern. But do I have enough health? Well, definitely now, and you may have seen on this run somewhere that I used a red egg and it gave me health. So, there you go. It turns out I was completely wrong about how colored eggs work. Well, I wasn't completely wrong at all. It was never the case that red eggs gave you red coins. It was they gave you health, and then excuse you coming right up my ass. I don't know what the blue ones do, and we may never find out. Why am I still commentating? Well, if I use a blue egg, then you shall see. Pictured here, me using a blue egg, and it gives you 3 more eggs. There you go. Okay, we've all learned a good old-fashioned lesson. So I was careless, so what, that's the point. I was not even obliged to come back to this level in this episode. I was just peeved at my own performance at missing all of the bonus smiley flowers. Well, we have them now. Totally, that was my real reason for going back, and it wasn't just delaying the inevitable, because now we've got a choice to choose from. We can either go to the pastel pathway, pastel, not pastel, I'm not saying cake in Spanish, I'm saying pastel in English, or the new dessert. Well, let's open them both and see what the first level can make case. Make a case for yourself. Open this samosa.
I'm worked out. If only I had 10 smiley flowers.
I can not consistently do a voice for these people. Like, it's either the breathing in voice, or the sort of slightly strained voice, and there is no in between. I just pick one, and then I forget that I picked one and pick the other one instead.
Thanks, that really puts a spring in my step.
Am I consistent yet? Am I funny yet? Am I worth watching yet? Open that dumpling! It's pyramid, obviously. Oh, those suddenly are delicious.
Welcome to Dino Desert.
So, what are our options then? We can either go north to Dino Smash, which, despite the name, looks like an ordinary level, or we can go to Spanish Cakeland. And what do you... Oh, Cupcake!
I'm wiped out. If only I had 15 smiley flowers.
What was that voice? That's like Queen Elizabeth II as portrayed by someone who has never even heard of Britain.
Thanks, that really puts a spring in my step.
I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear. But, you know, I'm always a fan of a good desert. I think Sandopolis is a grossly overhated level in Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Welcome to Pastel Pathway.
I've lost the plot at this point, but yeah, you've won me over with your cake and your obvious That's a reference to Woolly World, you can tell by the all of it. Screw it, we're going in. Now, the thought occurs that it would just be the most me thing to do. Oh yeah, everything about this is just a throwback to Woolly World on the Wii U. And only the Wii U. Right, one thought at a time. The most me thing I could do is, at this point in the game, just alternate back and forth between Pastel Pathway and Dino Desert, whatever it was called. Okay, that happens. I thought maybe I could stomp you, because the games are inconsistent as to whether or not you can stomp on the flump. There isn't even anything down there anyway. Yeah, just alternating between this branch of the path and the other branch of the path. Hello, goodbye, you're dead. Oh. Okay, the other beef. Okay, I have multiple beeves. One of them is like just this aesthetic of Woolly World and mobiles. I have so many rants to rant about Choco Conroy, and it's not even funny or fair on him. But one, there was a level in Yoshi's Woolly World where there was a load of mobiles, and he had the audacity to complain about America having to wait a bit to get the game when Europe got it first. Like, that doesn't happen in exactly the opposite order in every other case. Check your goddamn privilege, boy! That was a voice. And also, he's started doing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I'm going to give it a fair shake, even though I don't give a heck about the game. But, you know, I want to see his take on it, because I know he is a very passionate boy about that sort of thing. So I'll let him say his piece, and I'll see what he comes out with. But at the same time, I don't trust that. What did you do? What did you do? Something happened, and I don't like that I don't... Hi. Thank you. Oh, it made those... Rude! I just wanted to grab these coins. I bet most, if not all of them, were red. And just because I had the audacity to sequence break, you decided to not let me have them. And now I'm out of eggs. Ugh. But yes, so... I've watched the first 2 episodes of that at the time of recording, and I am so insulted by by what he's done. Like, I don't think he realizes just how offensive his ignorance is, but just... Oh, lol, I don't know if that's a Xenoblade thing or a British thing at every conceivable turn. But, oh yes, this type of sword is endemic to Japanese history. Oh, this is an ancient Chinese style of fighting. Like, so, I'm sorry, you can take the time to look up the exotic, interesting cultures, but you can't be fucked to take 2 minutes or less than to just... ask someone if something's a British colloquialism, or just Google it? I mean, after the fucking aubergine fiasco last time, you'd think he'd learn his lesson, and for someone who purports to love the game so much, I can't help but be peeved, you know, just because Americans are just really ignorant. Anyway, the main beef that I was intending to sort of float towards in all of this is I don't like the way Nintendo's treating the Wii U at the moment, because it is nowhere near as much of a commercial failure as they made it out. Oh, sneaky, as they made it out to be. And I really don't like that basically everything they ever made for the Wii U, they're remaking for the Switch. Like, fuck off. Unless you're going to remake me the money I spent on your console, fucking stop it. Because, like, oh, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Just play Pikmin 3. Oh, the various other... Like, stop it. The Wii U was a console that was good. People shut it because of false marketing narratives, and it's false marketing narratives that drove Sega out of the console market in the first place. Can I can. Ooh, I only noticed that because it got highlighted when I was throwing my eggs. But yeah, Sony pulled some shady shit in the late 90s, and that's what drove Sega out of the thing, because they're like, oh, well, the Dreamcast's never as good as the PS2. First of all, it's superior to the PS2 in terms of everything, and also, it was intended to compete with the PS1. Or something like that. I don't remember the exact... I don't much care for history is the thing, but what I believe is the only correct canon of history, and everyone else can shoot a needle out of the space. sometimes I'm just lol random for the sake of it, and it's times like these where I hear myself, I find how annoying I am, and then when I stop talking, it just hits me in the head just how much quieter the world is when I shut the fuck up. Does anyone else get that, or is that just me? Wow, why is the Woolly World level of all things bringing the actual worst out of me? Gargly. Gargly. Ooh, is this Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright from Kirby? Or is it just a sun and a moon in a stylized way? That's also a possibility, because not everything has to be a reference. What with this being the age of nostalgia? Blue coins! They don't even give you a second chance. And other strange noises. There are goats comparatively close to where I live. There is no part 2 to this thought. I just thought you might enjoy the knowledge that there are relatively local goats. Oh, money! Which is how I react to money in the real world as well. Sometimes I dream about finding coins. Just, well, not Mario coins, but like just actual currency just on the street, because it happens enough in real life, and I dream about it happening in my sleep as well. And according to money, like, I forget exactly what calculations they use, but I remember someone online actually running the numbers and concluding that unless you're, like, ridiculously well paid, then it's actually more than worth your time to take half a second to pick up a penny. And there's something else I want to beef about when it comes to Americans. When they talk about, oh yeah, lol, pick up a penny. America, you don't have pennies. Penny is not a synonym for coin. We call them pennies because they are pennies, in the same way that 1 euro cent is a cent. In the same way that, well, I don't think Sweden uses the euro anymore, but 1/100th of a krona. You know, they don't call those pennies. We call them pennies because that's what the P in 50p stands for. America, you don't have pennies, you have cents. You don't have cents either. Heyo. Thing is, people hear me and be like, shut up, Tess, you're from a privileged country, you don't get to complain, but like, we're deprivileged because, as I said in Discord, America has daddy issues, and thus they strawman the UK in their presentation of how we are, and so everyone just takes the piss based on that, and that's not a fun existence, let me tell you. Am I gonna shut up at some point, because goddamn? Anything else going on over here? I thought maybe this was a secret, but it turns out it's actually just the canonical forwards way. This is such a cute level. Woolly World was a cute game. The Wii U was a good console. What's Gusty taste like? Because, for those just joining in, those are in fact an iteration of a classic Yoshi enemy, and are not, though they may appear otherwise, flying condoms. Just had to put a pregnant pause in there. Just to... a pregnant pause, that's how you know that they're not condoms. Am I funny yet? Do people like me yet? Okay, but on that note, if I was really being a salty bitter floof who's angry about everything, this makes no physical sense, by the way, that's just not how physics, but if I was complaining about everything, then I would be within my rights to say, I should mathematically be more popular on YouTube than I actually am. There is no mathematical reason why I shouldn't have a bamillion subscribers. And I think the reason why I don't is because sometimes I come out with shit like this. But seriously, subscribe to me if you don't already, because it pays my bread and butter. Okay, we're looking for a red boy who's on the left of the right. And that's you there! Huzzah! So, as previously stated, I didn't miss that, don't you worry. I've been playing the Mario and Luigi games, and the strategy tactic mini-game things that, you know, the stuff they added into the Mario and Luigi remakes on the 3DS, which once again, they've tactically ignored an unnecessarily overhated friend of the series, and by that I mean Partners in Time, but never mind that. Let's stay on focus here. I've grown particularly more attached now to the Shy Guys, and the others as well. In fact, the Bowser's Minions side story in the Superstar Saga remake, it's just so charming. They give so much personality to these children. There's a Koopa Trooper who just keeps rhyming, and he knows it's cringeworthy, but he keeps doing it, and it's cute. And there's the Goombie boy who's in charge of the game, the actual protagonist. He's a sweet friend. Now, did I miss a red earlier on, or have I just been blambering my way through Oh, 444, that's like death in Far Eastern culture. But yes, did I miss anything on the end there? Was I just being dumb blind because I was saying words with my face? Should I just shut up? I feel like I should shut up because this may be the end of the episode. If anyone's even watching at this point, you know what I'm saying? But yes, I'm not going to go full salty beef and go back through the level just to complete the rest of it here and now. I mean, I will go back and do 100% eventually, but not for the here and now. What I'm trying to say is, it's something I will come back for later on. For now, though, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next one, we will climb into the Cupped Cake. See you then for Cupped Cake.